And friends, welcome. I will tell you what is Jacobian really is. First of all, it is nearly an transformation. Okay, Jacobian is nothing but when you just see a square like this. Okay, and it takes some time. Let me show you. Okay, so you just see a square like this, and you want to know that this 1 comma 1 over here becomes 2 over there. Okay, and nearly when you just move it around here. Okay, so this length, as you can see here, the length is being transformed in this manner. Okay, when you want to just move it or you just do an animation in this manner, what happens is that this point nearly, as you can see here, it just traces the curve. When I just increase it and I now trace it, as you can see, the line over here traces a curve over there, and as you can see the point, okay, as you can see here, so when I just trace this curve, so the point 1 comma 1 or 1 comma sorry 0.5 comma 1 is nothing but is something my 0 comma is something but um, 0 comma minus 1 or 0 comma 1. Okay, minus 1 comma 1 over here. Okay, so it changes. So when I just increase the width also, as you can see here, the point over here transforms into a new coordinate system. Okay, so this is how you have to know the Jacobian. When I just move it, you can see that it traces a point curve. Okay, so for x you just substitute u squared minus v squared, and y it is 2uv, and everything in here changes. Okay, how it is related to finite element analysis, neural networks, and all those things I will tell you in a minute. Okay, I will tell you within a minute. So as you can see here, when you just move this curve, you can trace another curve over there. Okay, this point 1 comma 1 here, as I am bringing it over here, you see this yellow point is something very bizarre. Okay, it is also 1 comma 0 over here. When I just move it here and I just move this down here and I just bring this over here, as you can see, when I just trace this curve, okay, something happens. As you can see here, it is a different point now. Okay, it is a different point now, and it is not the same as that. Okay, now it is being transformed into a different coordinate. Okay, okay, so this is the kind of thing happens in the Jacobian world. Okay, as you can see, the point over here shifts to some other point, and this is the thing what they are telling in Jacobian. So as you can see from here, okay, so what you are seeing here is the Jacobian is being transformed to new location. As you can see, it just as over here, when you put it 1 comma 1, it is not 1 comma 1 over here, it is 0 comma 2. Okay, when you just take it to 2, when you just move this no to this xy plane, so this is the transformation. So as you can see here, the main thing is that even in 3D functions like this, the same thing, it will be transformed to an new coordinate system. So each point over here, okay, each point over here deserves a point, but only thing what happens is that it is being shifted to some other point. Okay, when you see an Jacobian matrix for 2D case, you have to know that a Jacobian is nothing but the transformation which is being played on that. Even in finite element you have this. Okay, in finite element, why do they use is there is for 1D element there is no problem, but for higher order elements those are very curved, and those are in order of that to find the shape functions it is very difficult. And also the main thing is that um, the measure of deviation from its ideal shape or perfect shape, the measure of deviation from its ideal shape or perfect shape is Jacobian. It is the measure of deviation, actually like a standard deviation. Poor shaped elements can cause negative volume. Negative volume error is a very, because if you have a negative volume error, it is a very difficult one. So okay, so why is this Jacobian? I don't understand what is happening actually. So as I showed you here, when I just transform this and I just move these curves, when you just move these curves, you can see that the Jacobian traces a curve over here. And also you have to note that the Jacobian actual meaning is nothing but you have an integral like this. Okay, and I want to solve it easily. Okay, I want to solve it easily, so I just put x squared for u. So this is what is happening here also. You just, for x you just put u. Okay, u squared minus v squared. So in here also what you are doing is you are putting x squared for u, and for now you just put square root of u. So this is the transformation. So now what happens is that, you just put this thing. So it is for x you just substitute square root of u. So now what happens is that you just substitute sin u. This limit also changes. Okay, where for this 2 limit changes to 4 also. So when you just differentiate it, you get 2x. Now you see the difference. What happens is that these are equally spaced. Actually a normal, as I am showing you here, this is also sin x squared, the same integral, and I will show you the kind of limits here. So this is from a to b, this is 0 to 2. Okay, in here we are giving 2. Okay, you just see the difference. So this is the same curve what they are showing over there. Okay, the same curve what they are showing over there. So what happens is that in here, when I just increase the n, every rectangle you are seeing, no, it is equally subdivided. There is no squishing or anything. It is equally subdivided. As you can see that the length of the rectangle is unevenly going to diminish. Okay, but in here what they are telling is that when you just transform it, it transforms into another kind of equation like this. So when you are just seeing here, no, in here the 0.5 over here, the 0.5 over here transforms to 0.25 over here. It just squishes, and 1 over here is just 1. The 1 over here is just 1, but the 1.5 over here is 2.56, okay, or 2.25, nearly that. Why is this deviation being happened? So you may also just for a notation, you can, for a just guessing, you can put this as a centimeter over here or meter over there. It's just in diminished, but it is not equally separated as I'm showing you here. So now what happens is that when you are just doing this transformation as shown over here, how is this transformation being held? You just substitute, for easy substitution, you just put for sin x squared, you put u, and this is for this is supposed to be for x squared, you substitute u, and you are starting to differentiate it. Why does this happen? Why does this squishing happen? So it happens in here also. As you can see there, the small, when I just move this, no, you have an rectangle over here. Okay, and this is a small rectangle, and when I just play this button, you can see that the curve which is being traced over here is a very small rectangle over here. When I just simply diminish the rectangle and I just draw this, so it is inclined and it is not equal to this because of this some kind of deformation. This is what is happening here also. So here also in some parts it is squished and some parts it is just getting bigger. Okay, so let me show you an AutoCAD definition of this. So in AutoCAD what happens is that you have a scale. So the scaling factor, as you are seeing from here, I'll show you an online the thing, or an AutoCAD in how to do this thing. So SCALE, scale, AUTO, AutoCAD command GIF. I'm showing you that live. Okay, if I open the AutoCAD, it will get somewhat very disturbed my system. So the AutoCAD GIF, what you're having here, no? So in AutoCAD, the scale command, okay, is nothing but you have a command like this. You have draw a rectangle. You just have a cursor like this, and if you just put the scale command, you have to multiply 2 and the square becomes big. If you multiply it 0.1, the square becomes small. Okay, why is this happening? Because of the scale. So this is what happened here also. Everything is evenly spaced. Everything, as you can see here, is evenly spaced. Okay, everything is highly evenly spaced, and you can see here, you can see that this curve is similar to this one. Okay, in here also it is similar to this one, but it is being transformed. But here it is not being transformed because we are using the normal Riemannian sum, not Jacobian. So why is this happening? Because of the scaling factor. The original area where you are substituting this, when you just differentiate this x squared, no, you get an scaling factor of 2x du by dx. When you just differentiate it, you get this is the scaling factor, and you have to multiply the scaling factor to get a uh, uh, even convergence. Okay, this is what being said. Even in polar coordinates, you have the same thing. Okay, so as I told you, in finite element, it should avoid the negative volume error. So let's see the neural network concept. Why you can see that in some concepts like this kind of Riemannian sums, even in 3D cases, you can use this. Okay, and I will tell you the great geometric trick what they are using in Jacobians. As you can see that I am increasing this del. Okay, as you can see here, in here the del is not the total size of the square, small square is not that big. When you just increase, when you just see here, there is a deviation. So this red dot and this should equal, then means the Jacobian, at each point the scaling factor is the same thing. As you can see, it is somewhat similar. When I just reduce it, the error goes very diminished. Now you can see that both the numbers are the same. But when I just increase it, you can see that both the numbers are not the same. Okay, so it happens like this. So when I just want to equal these both things, I have to just decrease the number. So at each point is the scaling factor. Okay, this scaling factor is something that brings the uniform convergence and gets us to the answer. Okay, so at each point you have the del A and the Jacobian into the area of the square. You multiply, no, they must be, the red point should be equal to del A, which is the Jacobian into area of the square. The Jacobian is nothing but the determinant. Now you may ask, what if there is a negative Jacobian? What is there is a negative Jacobian? So in here a square is there. Now it is being deformed into a bigger circle, or a small circle is there. It is being deformed into thing. If there is a negative Jacobian, there will be reflection. Okay, this is what they are telling in finite element also. Okay, so there could be some errors. Okay, so negative volume can cause errors, and the thing over here, what they are most of the things in it is also, Jacobian is also used in as an gradient vector. It is actually in vector, it is used as an gradient, okay, of a original scalar function. And sorry, the Hessian matrix is the Jacobian of the Jacobian gradient. Okay, so Hessian also is another kind of topic. We will go into it deeper later. So in here also the Jacobian should be always positive for doing integration. Okay, so as you can see here, in here the shape functions are very difficult to approximate for these things. So they use the Jacobians, and they have to find the uh, scaling factor. This scaling factor will be very helpful, uh, as I showed you there. Okay, in here what happens is that the red area and the del A is equal when you just diminish this thing. At each point you can see that these things get diminished and it's equal. And also there is another thing. So in here what happens in neural networks, in neural network also what happens is we have finished the finite element and integration. Even in 2D cases also these are the same. So in 3D also what happens is that we have to have uniform convergence. Each cuboid should converge uniformly. Okay, so we have to find the scaling factor. That scaling factor, what I showed you here, this 2x is the scaling factor, and we just, when you just multiply it in this manner by du and increasing the limits, you get the correct uh, value. You just put in calculator, it will be correct. Okay, so as you can see here, the area is also approximated over here as I'm showing you here. So what happens in here, neural networks? In neural network, a manifold is something that which lives in the higher dimension, surface which lives in the higher dimensions. And as you can see here, there are two curves. When I just show you this TensorFlow playground, I just click no. So as you can see here, the error grows down. So this loss function is also Jacobian. Okay, this loss function is also Jacobian. As you can see here, this article highly tells how Jacobian matrix or Jacobian matrix is in here. There is no determinant is being used because negative could cause an error. Even in finite element analysis, this is what they are telling over here. So you just go through this article and you will get lots of informations. Okay, the negative error, volume error is a very dangerous error. So in order to avoid those perfect capture the shape perfectly, the elements has to be in ideal shape and it's measured using Jacobian. Okay, negative volume error, it will occur if we don't measure it with Jacobian. Okay, so in here what happens is that when you just adjust the weights, okay, this is the kind of matrix, and what happens is that this is an weight as I'm showing you here. This is an activation function. When you just adjust these things, these get when you just adjust the weights, this gets linearly transformed as I'm showing you here. Okay, in here what happens is that it is linearly transformed, and at each point you have an scaling factor. So at each point you have an scaling factor. So this is what happens in here also. So when you just adjust the weights, there are two kinds of curves which has to be separated. Okay, when you just separate it, the boundary, the decision boundary is being generated in this manner. In here also the decision boundary will be generated, and as you can see, this can be only done by adjusting the weights, the manifold by adjusting the weights. So you have the same thing, you can do it here also. You have a function like this, and when you just increase the hidden layers and you increase the hidden layers and neurons, what happens is that it just approximates, the loss gets down and it just approximates the functions correctly. So this is what is happening here also. As you can see, this red and blue should be separated in this manner. This is also called as an homotopy theory. Okay, in which, so in manifold hypothesis, they use this how to separate. So this, both blue lines are similar to this, how this line is separating the red and the blue ones. So in support vector emission also, this is what happens when you just adjust the weights. So the loss function, the Jacobian vector, is being used there. Okay, so you have an uh, torus like this, and you want to separate it, which is like this, and you want to separate it into individual pieces. And in order to say separate it as an individual pieces, it will be used as a vector field by squishing the uh, space. Okay, so when you just do it, it gets separated. So the k nearest neighbors, Okay, a huge and possible so here separable non-separable functions is nothing but separating two entities. Okay, so we will go through everything in here as soon as we go through k nearest neighbor and support vector machines and everything. Okay, this is where you use the loss functions to separate this blue and red by adjusting the weights, by just finding the correct scaling factor is nothing but just tweaking the W and B. Okay, in finite element, I have told you what happens. So this is the total application of the Jacobians in various fields. Okay, I hope this helps you. And also, I have to tell you that um, why do we need Jacobian? So in here, Jacobian is considered as function of the form, and they have told the same thing over here. Okay, Jacobian is different as uh, okay. So now what happens is that, so there are lots of partial derivatives they have been trying to explain, but Jacobian is nearly the scaling factor what we are going to find, and the scaling factor plays a near role in transformations and which could help us. Okay, does Jacobian have a physical significance? Okay, does Jacobian have a physical significance? And it is just a gradient of a scalar function of multiple variables. Okay, so it is just a gradient of a scalar function. So there is a machine learning engineer who really wants to explain us this thing, and this is what I was coming to tell. Okay, so there are lots of explanations on Jacobians and how they are being used. So I hope this helps to you. So in here, the linear transformation, what you are seeing is very similar to the linear transformation that happens here. And the all the details I'm going to give you in the description. You go and check it. Okay, and also on the finite element issues. I hope this helps you. Thank you.